What's up guys, Lance here, coming at you with another Master Duel video, and today we're kicking it off with a little bit of Evil Eye. Now, I haven't done Evil Eye on the channel. I am actually a big fan of the Evil Eye cards, but a suggestion I got from Converge was run it with Gold Pride, and I'm not really, experienced with Gold Pride at all since it just came out, and I haven't fully learned the deck yet, and I was like, Gold Pride Evil Eye, I wonder how that works. And a little bit of synergy, well, not a little bit, actually, it has a good bit of synergy. The good bit of synergy is that to do all of the Gold Pride stuff, it requires you to have lower life points for any of the monsters. Because if you're wondering what Gold Pride cards we're playing Leon, we're playing Captain Curie, and then we're playing Roller Baller. Those are the three monsters, but we're playing 3 Carry, 1 Leon, and 1 Roller. And then we're playing Gold Pride, The Crowd Goes Wild, and then we're playing Better Luck Next Time. And Gold Pride Starter Engines. These are the only cards, honestly, that we're playing from the Gold Pride, which isn't, when I went and looked at it, I didn't realize how technically cheap this is, besides Leon, and what was the other one? And Better Luck Next Time. Besides these 2 cards, this deck is just full of SRs and low rarity cards. So if you want to play just pure Gold Pride, besides Leon and Better Luck Next Time, you don't really need too many high rarity cards. So that's just something I just threw out there. But also throwing it in a deck like Evil Eye is good because, like you said, you're only having 1 Leon and max. You could run this at 3, but I'm running it at 2 just cause, but you can run 2 of these and then boom, you're set. The Evil Eye part of it is a little bit more expensive. With the extra deck you need, at bare minimum, 1 Gorgon, 1 Zerziel, but I play 2 of each because Cashtira is still somewhat around, so you don't want to get one of them banished and then can't go into the other one, So that's the reason I still run that. And like I said, the bit of synergy is all the Gold Pride cards are level 3, except for Roller Baller. With that being level 3, it gives you access to these Exceed plays that you can go into if you have any of your other Evil Eye cards besides Zerziel and Medusa. Any of these ones that special summon from hand or grave can be used in an Exceed summon to go into some follow-up like Triple D Divisor. You can go into Zeus if you want to. You can go into Downer Magician, Gold Pride Chariot, Azure King, the number 75 Bamboozling, and the other Triple D that gets you into Divisor, and also Fortune Tune. And that's just the Exceeds. That's not even talking about how Leon's a tuner, which if you bring out a level 3 and a level 5, they get you access to or not level 3, level 5. If you bring out 2 level 3s, that gets you access, because your only tuner is Leon, so they get you access to stuff like Star Leon. If you bring out Roller Baller gets you access to the Pinballer. So it just, the synergy between the 2 decks was better than I thought, because I didn't know what Gold Pride did. Alright, we're kicking it off with replay number 1, and as you can see, we have Leon, Zerziel, 2 call buys, 2 not 2 call buys, 2 crossouts, 2 call buys, 1 crossout. So, and we're going first. So any hand trap we really can deal with. Any max eat me, but with this hand, I'm like, I don't really, I'm not really gonna be doing anything, because you can only special summon this by having lower life points than your opponent. So I have to pop my effect, and if I'm going first, unless I activate another card after activating a certain Evil Eye card, or unless I just use another Evil Eye card when I have Celine on my Zerziel, then I'm not really going to be using life points. So that's why I didn't call it by the maxi, because we're going to go Zerziel. He doesn't have any response, and go into Unleashed. Unleashed dropped the Gorgiano and the Basiltrus. These are the normal Evil Eye plays. You go ahead and drop those, you grab a Celine, and we're good. Equip Celine on the Zerziel. I could have dropped Celine off Gorgon to grab the Spell and Trap negate, but I didn't want to do that because then I would have had to banish Unleashed, and then the whole Basilicrus link summoning on your opponent's turn play to equip one of my cards from grave back onto my monster wouldn't have been good. So I was like, I have 3 back row besides Selene, let's just roll with this and see. I was going to summon, normally at the end of my first turn I summon the Basilicrus so that second turn he can't get called by or anything, but he max seed, so I was like, I'll just summon him next turn. I have called by and cross out for whatever he has to deal with it, unless it's called by, obviously then I can't cross it out because I have both on the field. But he didn't, so we're chilling. So he goes Fenrir, pop the Fenrir with the Cerziel because Cerziel just pops a special summon a monster if he's equipped with Selene. Selene makes me pay 500 life points, and then I can and then I gain a little bit of an attack boost, where I spend 500 life points anytime I activate the effect of my monster, and or I think it's or any Evil Eye card. It says each time you activate the equipped monster's effect or activate another Evil Eye card. Yeah, that's when you will pay 500 to get 500 attack. So then he activated Sea Stealth too, so I was like, okay, we're playing a Umi player. So I was like, I've already used the pop. Before he summons out a monster, I'll go ahead and go into my link play. I'll go into Cerziel, because I'm like, I could have went into Gorgon, but I'm like, Gorgon wasn't gonna do anything until he brought out a monster, and I don't know what monster he's bringing out, so Cerziel will be able to pop the Sea Stealth too and just get that out of there. Obviously banish Unleashed to put Selene back. He then summoned Electric Jellyfish, and I was going to pop it, but Electric Jellyfish, when your opponent activates a monster effect or spell card while you control Umi, discards a name, becomes Umi on the field, you can negate the effect and you can make this card gain 600 attack. So he negated my Cerziel, but because I activated my effect, Selene doesn't care if your effect resolves. The moment you activate it, when that effect resolves, whether it's negated or not, you will gain the 500 and still pay 500 life points. So he goes, drops a card, he drops an Umi. He go ahead and put the Ocean Dragon Lord on here, who is a bit of a floodgate. While Umi is on the field, each player can only control one face-up non-water monster. If a player controls 2 or more, they must send some to the grave, so they can only control 1. During your main phase, you can add from your deck to your hand 1 Umi or 1 Kairushin spell trap or Sea Stealth spell trap. You can only use this once per turn. He set the Kairushin Dark Reef, which send 1 face-up Umi you control to the graveyard, special summon up to 2 monsters from with different names from your deck to your hand. With special summon 2 monsters with different names from your hand or deck that mention Umi or water normal monsters in defense position. So he's gonna flip the Sea Stuff attack number 1 to put the legendary Ocean Umi back on the field, and then he's gonna flip the Dark Relief to special summon 2 monsters by sending a card to grave, and he sent the legendary Ocean as cost, so he didn't have to get rid of his Sea Stealth and the legendary Ocean. And the cards he summoned was what was it? He summoned the Mega Fortress Whale, he summoned Doom Kraken, and then he summoned the Giga Gaga. Yeah, okay, I said that right. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't pronouncing that wrong. So then I'm like, okay, Cerziel, I need to activate, pop the Umi, he's gonna negate me, I knew it. Or, oh no, what he did was, he thought I activated Cerziel's effect, and Cerziel has a mandatory, if you activate his effect the last turn, he has an effect that, where is it? It says once per turn during the next standby phase after this effect was activated, negate the effect of 1 monster this card points to, and the link arrows is up top and then at the 2 corners. So Cerziel was going to automatically negate his electric jellyfish, and I was like, he's probably gonna activate jellyfish to try to negate me, which he did, because I don't know if he thought I activated Cerziel's pop effect or if he read the other part and was like, okay, well, I don't want to get negated, which then allowed me to pop with Cerziel uninterrupted, popping his Umi. Now he doesn't have a Umi on board, so he can't activate C stuff anymore. All his cards that mention Umi are no longer going to be able to activate. And I'm going to get two mandatory activations of Selene, so now I'm going to be stronger. We're going to did I grab? I guess I just drew repose off the top. I drew repose, which is good because this card allows me to banish a card to draw one. So I banished my Gorkin because it was gonna get banished anyway. And also, if my monster attacks, I banish a monster, or if it destroys. Or no, I think it's only attacks. Once per turn after damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster equipped with the Evil Eye of Selene attacked an opponent's monster, you could banish that monster. If this card in Spell Trap Zone is destroyed, you can target up to 3 of your banished Evil Eyes, return them to grave. Yeah, so what this card does is, this is basically, the reason I play it is because it's out to a lot of things that can't be destroyed by battle. I just have to hit you. I can take the damage and not die because Selene prevents me from being destroyed from battle or card effects. So I can battle you, take the battle damage, and as long as your monster can be affected by card effects, repose will banish it. And now if I use the first part of Zerziel's effect, where if I link someone with a 2600 or higher attack monster, I can attack twice. So in a certain situation, I might be able to go for lethal that way. But what I did was, I summoned the Leon that I had in hand. I had a Basiltrus, I think, in the graveyard. Yeah, he was in grave, so I special summoned him because I controlled Zerziel. Put both of them on the field to go into the gold price Star Leon. What he does is he targets the face of a monster your opponent controls. This card gains attack equal to that original monster. Then if your life points are lower than your opponent, you can destroy that monster that you gain the attack off of. So I was like, boom, I'm okay. I'm like, boom, okay, I'll do that to get more of his monsters off the field. He activated this card. If it was destroyed by card effect, you can either add to your hand or special summon one water warrior monster from deck to grave, deck or grave. I was like, we're not going for that. I got 2 call buys. We're call buying the Sea Fortress Whale. Or the Mega Fortress Whale, not Sea Fortress Whale. So we're gonna go ahead and call by that. Oh, I turned the rush off. He puts the... which one was that? He put Doomkraken back in his hand because that returns to the hand. I attacked the Electric Jellyfish, and I don't think I was able to attack anything else. Yeah, because Gold Pride popped that. I attacked with Zerziel. I don't think I was allowed to attack with this one. Oh no, I did. I tried to attack the Electric Jellyfish, and that's what I got rid of. What did I try to attack with? I tried to attack the Kaioshin. Oh, Doomkraken returned the hand and negated my attack. I was like, my attack didn't go through on one of those cards for sure. Gold Pride comes back, and then we just go ahead and pass the turn. Because of where I put him, he got negated off of Zerziel, which isn't the end of the world because I didn't really use his effect. We're gonna pop the Ocean Dragon Lord now because I don't really care about him. He puts down another Umi. He was going to special summon something from grave. I flip called by the get whatever he was going to summon, or no, he didn't select it yet. But I was like, okay, yeah, I don't care about Ocean Dragon Lord because I'm thinking in my head he's going to make me have to send the grave again. One of my monsters. So I was like, we're just gonna banish him and not worry about it. He sends Sea Stealth, or no, he doesn't send Sea Stealth. He activates Sea Stealth to send a monster to grave so that his back row is protected, even though I wasn't gonna pop anything this turn. He then activated Doomkraken and popped the Leon from the field, so that was a little bit annoying. He can't target my Zerziel with that because Selene makes me untargetable and can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. I'm like, alright. His negate effect, his negate effect activated, raising me up higher. He activated Umi. I'm like, I'm gonna attack the Electric Jellyfish. He summoned Gikagaga Giko. He activated Doomcrag and he was gonna negate my attack. I was like, alright, boom. When your opponent monster declares an attack, you can return this card to your hand if you do negate the attack. Then, I activated Zerziel to pop his back row that he just set, and it was evenly. He banished Sea Stealth again, so I canish. He banished with Sea Stealth, so I couldn't banish any of his back row, or couldn't pop any of his back row. I activated Max 6, so he's gonna special summon again this turn. And Zerziel's just slowly raising my life points so that even if he brought out something, it's not gonna be strong enough to beat me. I was wondering what he was doing. I thought he was going to take himself out because he put this in attack position. But I'm like, he can just bounce the hand. So I'm like, why did you go into attack position like I don't have a 7,000 untargetable monster? But I'm like, alright, cool. We're going ahead and activate the continuous better luck next time, which will grab us a captain. We set off the captain. We set the gold price start your engines. Since we had a Basiltrus engrave, we special summoned that back to go into chariot carry. I'm trying to say it properly. Drop a card so that I can use my Basiltrus again if I need to grab us the crowd goes wild. We activate carries effect engrave, banish 2 cards to power up the gold chariot, the gold pride chariot. He activates Umi to summon out another Ocean Dragon Lord. I'm like, alright, cool. I'll activate Sergio to pop his sea stuff. He's gonna activate sea stuff. That's gonna make me stronger. He obviously put Doom Kraken back in the hand. He tried to yeah, he popped my card with Doom Kraken. I'm like, alright, cool. Pop that. That's gonna get banished. He activated Sea Stuff to summon that card. So Sea Stuff at the end of the turn, that card gets popped. So now we're just sitting here like, alright. This game's been going on for a minute, but it's winding down to the end because he has a Doom Kraken. He has Giga Gaga Gigo. He top decked an Electric Jellyfish. Oh no. He put Doom Kraken on the field. I sent it to the banner zone, I'm pretty sure, when I attacked it. Yeah, so he didn't have Doom Kraken anymore. He's putting everything in attack mode because I think he special summoned Jellyfish in attack position, which I don't know why he did that. Then he summoned Ocean Lord in attack position and switched a Giga Gaga Gigo to attack position. He has a Sea Stealth in hand. He's gonna summon that card back. He banished his card for what reason I know not, and then he surrendered because he knew he couldn't beat me. The whole thing that he needed was for me to be able to be targeted, and Selene protected my Sergio from being targeted the entire game, so I was just whittling his life points down and mines to make me stronger. So there wasn't much he could do there, so we just pretty much just handled the stun Umi with pretty much no difficulty. So that's how the first game went. Sorry for the super long game, but I wanted to show off I'd say a good back and forth where I wasn't exactly on the back foot, but he definitely had some things that were keeping me at bay for a while. So let's go ahead and get into replay number 2. Alright, we're here in replay number 2, and what happened was, because I forgot to hit record immediately, I was looking down at my phone. Opponent went first, he won the coin toss. He didn't do anything, so I found that immediately suspicious, but now he's passing turn over to me. I'm like, this is turn 2. I can try to kill you. I top deck Basiltrus, which was not a bad top deck at all. So I'm like, okay, I can do plays here to try to OTK him. I was like, let me use Gold Pride better luck next time to try to bait out Ash. No, Ash, Gold Pride is gonna spend 1,500 life points. So I lost 1,500, which allowed me to summon Leon. I'm like, alright, since I know he doesn't have Ash, we can go Domain, normal summon Sergio. He actually negated the Sergio, but that wasn't too big of a concern because I already had Selene in hand. Like, yeah, this would have got me into, what's it called? Unleashed, but I already had Selene in hand, so it wasn't like my Sergio was just gonna not be able to do anything. So drop Gorgon, drop the Basiltrus, or my bad. We special summon Basilius. No, Basilius. We special summoned Basilius. Dropped the Gorgiano. After dropping Gorgiano, banishing it to then drop the Basiltrus that was in my hand because I didn't really need it. Now I can activate Unleashed to grab the Gorgiano that's in my deck because we play 2 of each equip spell. Now equip Selene on him, equipped Gorgiano on him. If you don't know what Gorgiano does, Gorgiano turns into Evil Eye Selene when on the field, and what this does is that it allows you to gain attack for your life points that you've already lost. So while while Selene is good for activating a monster effect, paying 500 life points and gaining 500 attack, the attack that you've lost off of Selene, or the life points that you've lost off of Selene, Gorgon takes those life points. While your life points are lower than your opponent's, the equipped monster gains attack equal to the difference. So I've lost 1,500 life points. Now my monster is going to gain 1,500 attack. So it's a good way of Celine making you lose life points, Gorgon activating to boost your attack. So it's a good way of catching up with it. Spend another 500 life points, he just gained another 500 attack. Actually more than a little 500, because I think I'm also gaining a little bit of a boost off of cards in my grave. But off of the Unleashed, we sent a Catabelpas maybe. We sent that to grave just to have another thing to special summon, because you can only activate Basiltrus once. So I was like, okay, we're gonna put Catabelpas in grave. What this card also does is, if you control an Evil Eye monster other than Catabelpas, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon it, banish it when it leaves the field. You can target one Evil Eye spell or trap you control once until the end of the next turn. That card cannot be destroyed by card effects. So now, somehow, my opponent top deck Harpy's Feather Duster, everything will be destroyed except for Celine, which is a good way of protecting your Celine. But as you can see, I have a bunch of level 3s, so what we're going to do here to try to go for lethal is, we're going to go into Star Leon, we're going to go to Triple D, into the other Triple D, and now we have lethal. Because before, with the Basiltrus, the Leon, the Basilius, Leon, Catabelpas, and then the Basiltrus, I didn't have enough, so I had to exceed summon and synchro summon to try to get more attack on board. And then now we just attack for game, and he surrendered because I have a 4,000 Surzial, I have a 2,000 Star Leon, and then I had the Triple D that was 3,000. I had more than enough to kill him, so he was just like, yeah, nah, I can't do anything, you got it. And he went ahead and surrendered. So that's game number 2. Alright, time to get into game number 3, where this time we're probably not going to be winning this one, but let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, here in replay number 3, and we have Domain in hand, we have Crossout, Gorgiano, Unleashed, and Imperm. And we're going second, so having Imperm in hand can be very useful depending on the situation. And it looks like we're playing against Cash. Unfortunately, he banished one of my Celines, specifically my glossy one, which is the one I like the most. So that hurt a little bit. So he's now gonna try to go into the whole Castira plays. I'm like, no, we're gonna stop Unicorn so you can't grab Birth. You're one of Birth. Go Shangri-La, sets 2, pass. I'm like, okay. Shangri-La set 2 pass is not gonna be too difficult to deal with, because he's gonna bring back a Castira Unicorn, and he activated preparations, which meant he could summon the Fenrir that was in his grave, or not grave, in his banish zone. So I was like, okay, it's a little annoying now that I have to deal with both of these. One of these would have been fine. So I activated Unleashed, dropped obviously the Gorgiano and the Basiltrus. We're going to have this engrave. Now we can drop either the Gorgon or something else. So we're going to drop Gorgon for the other Gorgon to grab Repose, so that we can banish this Shangri-La instead of having to, you know, attack it for over 3,000, because I'm probably not going to get that this turn. So grab Surzial. Don't activate Surzial. The reason I did not activate Surzial is because of Fenrir's effect to, you know, banish when you activate a monster effect. So I was like, we're not going to activate Surzial no matter what. We're going to equip Celine on. We're going to activate Repose. Repose banish the Gorgon that we had in the grave, just so I can draw one. What did we draw off of that? We drew the other field spell, okay. So we're going to attack the Unicorn, but we're going to pop the Fenrir so that we don't have to worry about Fenrir's effect. He's going to banish something from my extra deck, which is fine. Don't have anything in a single number in there that is like extremely important to me. All of my Evil Eye cards are at 2 in my extra deck, so I don't worry about that. So he'd have to use Unicorn twice, which the Unicorn's not staying on the field because Celine will boost me up over it. See, he banished one of my Gorgons. Alright, cool. Banish his Fenrir, or banish his Unicorn. His Fenrir is engraved, and all he has now is Shangri-La. He brings back the Cashtira Unicorn. I bring back my Basiltrus. Pop the Unicorn. Gain the attack. He activates Big Bang, which I've never seen them use Big Bang on the field, so that was interesting. He banished my Basiltrus, which kind of sucked because I was trying to go into Zerziel, either pop the Cashtira preparations or just make him drop a material off of the Shangri-La. But I'm like, it's fine. Activate, or we can go into Gorgon, because when you activate Basiltrus, you can use your spell cards as material as well. So banish and unleash, put a Selene on the Gorgon, brings out a Unicorn. I'm going to negate the Unicorn. He goes into a Rise Heart, which is kind of annoying. I have to use Evil Eye Domain. Even though I'm not going to get attacked and killed because I can't be destroyed by battle, Domain makes him take equal attack as well. So I'm like, okay. But then he goes into Zeus. And I'm like, Zeus is fucking annoying. I had a whole board set up that I just fucking lost. Because I'm pretty sure, unless I'm tripping. No, I already used the Infinite Impermanence. I was about to say, if I still had Imperm, Zeus wouldn't have been a problem. But I'm like, alright, we're stuck with Evil Eye Domain in my hand. He might have an Ash, I don't know. And then we have Medusa in hand, which Medusa is not a bad second option for normal summon, but it's just Zerziel gets you so much more access to shit, so it's like, by comparison, she's not as good. Yep, he had to ask for Domain, so I'm like, alright. Because what I was probably about to do was grab a Zerziel and just start steamrolling him, because I can banish Selene, or I can activate Selene to banish a spell engrave to put it back on the field. But I'm like, alright, it's fine. I'm gonna activate Medusa. Medusa will grab one of my cards engraved, put it back in my hand, grab Repose. Activate Repose, banish a Zerziel because it's not gonna do anything engraved. We're gonna grab a Called By, activate Selene, banishing the other field spell that we had, equipping Selene onto Medusa, Medusa allowing me to banish cards, which, as you know, against cash isn't really the greatest strategy because a lot of cash cards can bring themselves back from the grave, from the banish pile. So I'm like, it's not the greatest, but I'm like, alright, cool. Medusa, 1900 attack. Slowly gonna get itself bigger and bigger to be able to contend with Zeus. Then he activates the field spell. The field spell grabs him Scareclaw Cashtira. I activate Maxi to try to get some advantage. I draw the Ash Blossom, just slowly banishing more cards from his grave so that I'm not gonna take as much damage when he battles me. I don't take any damage. He actually kills himself because I can't be destroyed by battle, so he just kills himself in that exchange. Zeus puts a material on himself, and then he attacks me. I can't activate the field spell twice, so I just have to take that battle damage. So, banish, boost ourselves up another time, activate the Basilius, attack, destroy, banish, attack. So we look like we're in a positive position here. Don't look too bad. Adds another Scareclaw Cashtira. Puts Fenrir back in his hand. Attacks him. But he hit me for too much damage and my life points were too low. If I just special summoned him in defense position, I would have won. But I put him in attack because I wanted to attack after I popped the Zeus and got him off the field. But it was just unfortunate that Scareclaw Cashtira was in his hand and that he could attack with it. And then he killed me. So I lost that just purely because my life points were too low. If my life points weren't as low, I would have won that duel easily. Because Scareclaw Cashtira wouldn't have did anything after he attacked me right there. I would have been stronger than him. Depending on what I top deck, I could have maybe won that duel the next turn. But no sense in complaining. Let's go and get into the last replay. Alright, here for the final replay. I know this video has been a little bit longer, so I'm gonna try to wrap this one up really quickly. This won't be too long of a replay like the first one. The first one and the second one kind of felt really long. This is Gold Pride. Better luck next time. Unleashed, Domain, Ash, Maxi. Cool. He's going first. He activates Goblin Secret. What was that last word? Remedy. Goblin Secret Remedy. Increase your life points by 600. He activates Emergency Provisions. Excuse me. Drops 2 cards. 2 cards were Goblin Thief. So I'm like, what the fuck is he playing? Activate Unleash. Grab Selene. Orgiano. Drops the Basiltrus. puts the spell and trap negate in my hand. Field spell at grab a Sergio normal summon. Basilius puts itself on the field of special summoning because I control an Evil Eye. We go ahead and drop the, what was he called? I think this is the Catabelpus. We put him in the grave. He special summons himself back. We go into the Gold Pride Chariot carry. Since we had the Gold Pride Better Luck, next time we activate that continuous spell to grab a carry from hand, drop a card to grab the Crowd Goes Wild. Since we control since we have a Gold Pride card in hand, this allows us to grab another one and allows us to special summon one. We special summon carry. Carry grabs Gold Pride, start your engines. Summon Rollerblader. Rollerblader brings out Pin Roller. Carry engrave, banish 3 cards to raise Pin Roller's attack. And only because he activated the emergency provisions and the secret remedy, he had way too many life points to kill him in one turn. Otherwise, I would have thought about it more and been closer to doing it. But I'm like, alright, he has 1 card in hand. I have a spell and trap negate. I'm gonna have a monster pop when I put this face down. So I'm like, let's just go for damage right now. We can't kill. Set at the end of the turn, I forgot to set this. My mistake. At the end of the turn, that card shuffles itself back into deck, special summons out a carry, pays 500 life points, pays another 500 life points. The one thing I will say about these Gold Pride cards, which I didn't show off in all the other ones, as you see, I went from turn 1, 8,000 life points to turn 1, I went from turn 2, 8,000 life points to end of turn 2, turn 3, 1,700. These Gold Pride cards will kill your life points, especially if you activated Unleash that turn, because Unleash makes you pay extra 500 for every card that's not an Evil Eye card. So you gotta be careful with that. Your life points will get dangerous. And he didn't activate nothing. We just killed him. Simple duel, not too long, not too anything complicated. I included this one to show you more of the Gold Pride stuff, because in the other ones I used some of the cards, and in other games I was using some of the cards, but honestly I kept forgetting about the Crowd Goes Wild. You have to have one in hand, and I kept special summoning the monster from my hand, and I was like, oh wait, shit, I can't use this card now. So that's something to be careful of. But besides that, I had fun with the deck. As you saw, when I decided to use the Gold Pride stuff and actually like focus in on it, that game was an example of how uninterrupted it can be really good. Just gotta be careful with your life points. But alright, let's go ahead and go into the deck profile. Alright, we're back in the deck profile. As you saw, that's what Golden Evil Eye, aka Gold Pride Evil Eye, had in store. And I say the deck has a lot of positives. The only thing that maybe you should try to do a little bit is maybe get a card in here that like can continuously give you life points, because this deck on one hand does really good with burning through your life points, but the problem with the Gold Pride card is some of the Evil Eye cards conflict with other cards, so that causes you to lose life points at an exponential rate. So that really puts you in a I gotta win now mode, or you're gonna die from either life points being spent, or you're gonna die from being too low and your opponent hitting you harder than you can take it. But besides that, the deck really works well. It has a lot of synergy with your Exceed monsters and level 3s. But just real quick to go over it, not trying to spend too long on this because the matches in the replays were a little long. Two Droll and Alot bursts mainly for heavy samurais and shit, because they're running around rampant right now and they don't play spells and traps. So Droll against a super heavy samurai player, it's just instant GG's. They've lost, especially if you can kill them the next turn. 3 Maxis, 2 Ashes, 1 Catabellos, like I said, for the protection of your Evil Eye card for a turn, or for 2 turns technically, and for the ability to special summoning it, getting out more level 3s for your Exceeds or potential synchros or fusions. So that's why Catabelpus is in there. Basilius, special summon you on your turn, drop a card to grave. You can drop a card that you might need in your grave, or just drop a duplicate just in case you need to banish one of your Evil Eye spells. 2 Basilius, I had at 1.3, but I just hated drawing the card, so I put it back to 2, and I've always ran it at 2, and 2 is normally why I feel it's better. If you control an Evil Eye monster, you can special summon this card from grave. During your opponent's next turn, if this card is on the field, you can quick effect link summon using a Evil Eye card, including a spell. So if you have Selene or Gorgiano attached to a monster and Basiltrus, so if you have Cerzio equipped with a Selene and going into Basiltrus, you can use Selene, Cerzio, and Basiltrus to go into the Zerzio, ruler of the evil-eyed. Or you can go into Gorgon using Basiltrus or Selene and just can keep Cerzio on the field if you want, but normally you don't want to keep him on the field. So that's why you're playing your Basiltrus. You play it at 2. You can play it at 3 like I said, but 2 is normally where I stay. You know, Leon, if your life points are lower than your opponent, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target one non-warrior gold pride monster in your grave, special summon it in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon the monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except gold pride monsters. I never ran into that lot because normally you bring out your gold pride cards together. You normally never have one in grave and then bring out the Leon, or at least I never did. I never was in that situation. But if you are in that situation, more likely than not, your Captain Curry is going to be the thing in grave. But yeah, you're mainly using this card because it can quick effect immediately after this effect resolve synchro summon one monster. I never used the quick play part of this during your opponent's turn. Normally I just go into it on my turn, because normally I'm ending up going second a lot of the times, as you saw. But if you go first and open this up, you can just leave it on the board and then just have a level 3 with it and then go into your level 6 start Leon. So that's an option. Captain Carry, if you're like, all the gold prime cards have the effect of if your life points are lower than your opponent, special summon this card. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one gold pride trap from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to grave, you can target one gold pride monster you control that was special summoned from the extra deck. Banish up to 3 gold pride cards from your graveyard. If you do, that monster gains 500 attack for each of those cards banished that way. And the only extra deck monster you have is Pinballer, Star Leon, and Golden Chariot, or Chariot to Carry. Those are your 3 monsters from the extra deck. And the trap that you're gonna bring back is Start Your Engines, which if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, target one of those monsters, reveal 3 gold pride monsters from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to special summon, shuffle the rest into your deck, then destroy that monster that was targeted when they normal summoned. Cerzio, he on normal summon grabs your Evil Eye card from deck. If this card is equipped with Evil Eye, you can target one special summon a monster for your opponent controls, and then you can destroy it. And then Cerzio's effect is after you activate his effect next turn or next standby phase, destroy one card you control, which normally if you have the field spell face up on the field, this is normally what you target so that you don't pop anything important that you have, but you can pop anything with this. So I don't know, if somebody ever wanted to run something fucking weird like Waking the Dragon Evil Eye, Cerzio would pop Waking the Dragon. Medusa, target when this card is normal summon, target one Evil Eye card in your graveyard except Medusa, add it to your hand. If this card is equipped with Selene, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. So Cerzio is for popping monsters on the field. If you ever bring Medusas out, Medusa's more for banishing cards in the grave, just to let you know. Rollerballer, special summon like I said. During the main phase, you can quick play, quick effect, fusion summon one gold pride, and the only quick play or the only fusion summon you have is Pinballer. Alright, sorry about that. Back to what I said about Pinroller. Pinroller's effect is if this card is fusion summon, you can equip face-up monsters your opponent controls to it up to the number of fusion materials used. You can only use this effect once per turn. Also, if your life points are lower than your opponent's, then effect activations and effects cannot be negated by Pinroller or Pinballer. Once per turn during the end phase, if this previous effect was activated, this turn, return this card to your extra deck, and if you do, special summon one gold pride rollerballer from your deck or graveyard. But I only have one, so after this it's used. He can summon himself from the grave, but that's about it. That's Rollerballer. We all know what Tactics does. I never really drew into Tactics like that. Pot of P. I normally banish 3 or 6 depending on what my hand looks like, and then you can grab anything off that. Banish 3 extra deck monsters. Normally banish the duplicates of some of them, not all of them though. We know what Unleash does. Drop a monster and drop a spell. Pick up a equip spell. Normally you're gonna drop Basiliscus and drop a Gorgiano, depending on what's in your hand, but those are just normally the generic too. Unless you have a Basiliscus in your hand, then you're gonna drop Catabel Pass and then Gorgiano. The crowd goes wild. We talked about that. It's in the deck roll in the matches, so we don't have to go over that one. Selene and Gorgiano. Basically, Selene is just a better one. Selene, what it does is your card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, the card that's equipped to it. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Each time you activate the equipped monster, you gain 500 attack for paying 500 life points. Your attack gain remains even if this card leaves the field. If this card is in your graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points, banish one evil eye spell or trap from the grave, except Selene, and then set this card on the field. And Gorgon, what that does is this card turns into Selene on the field, and like I said, you gain attack equal to the life points you've lost, or the difference between you gain attack equal to the difference of your life points from your opponents. So if your opponent has 8,000 and you have 4,000, you're gonna gain 4,000 attack basically. So whenever you attack your opponent and do the difference in your life points, that's when Gorgiano's effect will not be as useful if you're around even life points or your opponent's lower than yours. So Gorgiano is normally better for when your opponent has way more life points than you. Domain grabs your Evil Eye card from deck and adds it to your hand. Once per turn during the damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster is attacked while an Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell or trap zone, you can make the battle damage you take from this battle also inflict to your opponent. So if they hit you for 4,000, you can make them take 4,000 as well. If this card in the field is destroyed by card effect, target one Evil Eye monster in your graveyard, add it to hand. So if you have a Sergio engraved and Sergio pops your field spell while you have a Sergio engraved, this card in the graveyard will let you add the Sergio back to your hand. Or if you have a Medusa engraved, this will let you add Medusa hand. It's any of your Evil Eye cards, but Sergio, Medusa, and maybe Basilius are the best targets for when you pop this card. Repose, like I said, you can add the activation of this card, you can banish one Evil Eye card from the grave, draw a card. Once per turn after damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster equipped with Evil Eye of Selene attacks an opponent's monster, so you have to attack it, you can banish that opponent's monster. If this card is in spell or trap card zone, it's destroyed by card effect. Target up to 3 of your banished Evil Eye cards, return them to graveyard. Then we went over Better Luck next time, so we're not gonna talk too much about that. You add a gold prize from deck to hand. If your life points, and if you do lose life points equal to its attack, so that's why I lost 1,500 for one of those. If a face-up gold prize monster you control that was special summon from the extra deck returns to the extra deck, except during the battle step, you can draw a card. 2 call buys, 1 cross out, 2 imperms, just cause. And then we talked about gold prize. Start your engines, normal summon or special summon, target that monster, reveal 3 gold prize in deck, and then you can have your opponent randomly pick one that will get special summoned, and then you will pop a opponent's monster that you targeted with it. Evil Eye Retribution is just a spell and trap card negate, so really good for dealing with stuff like brain infusion and stuff like that, so you can hold on to an ash or spend the ash somewhere else and still pop like your big spell and traps, or negate your big spell and traps. I mean, we talked about Pinballer, we talked about Starleon. We put Shooting Riser in here just for in case we go for Sergio and Leon, but I never normally do that. Normally not, because you'd rather just keep Sergio on field. But say Sergio was negated and you couldn't get the Selene on him, or you were just going to use Selene as material for a link summon for something else, I don't know. The situations in which you go into Shooting Riser, I didn't ever use. Fortune Tune, if this is one of your generic exceeds, Triple D just goes into the Divisor King. He is normally what you go for. You never normally go for Stone Darius unless it's that one. Bamboozling is actually very good. This is actually something that stops Nib. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster activates its effect, you can detach 2 material from this card, the activated effect becomes both players draw one card. So say you go to Bamboozle and Gossip Shadow, they nib you, you can use his effect to stop the nib, and then both of you draw a card. So you don't get nibbed. That's a really good use of this card. Then you got Astro King, which I'd only ever use this one, so I'm not going to go into the effect. Golden Chariot, or Chariot Carry, and you can detach one material, add a gold pride spell from your deck to your hand. Then if your life points are low, or you can send one gold pride monster from your deck to grave. You can only use the previous effect of Gold Chariot, or Chariot Carry. I don't know why I keep putting gold in the name. Once per turn during the end phase, if the previous effect was activated, you can return this card to the extra deck, and if you do special summon one gold pride captain carry from deck or grave. Downer Magician, don't really ever use this. Zeus, just if you attack on one of your XC cards that stays on the field and then you want to go on something else, Zeus. We went over Gorgon, and then we went over Sergio in the match, but real quick, just go over Gorgon because I know we went over Sergio. Gorgon is Sergio, but instead of popping any card on the field, which is what Sergio does, Gorgon negates a monster on the field. So any effect monster you can target and negate it, it is targeting. You gotta remember that. And then once per turn during the standby phase, after this effect was activated, destroying one card this monster points to. So the same way that with the arrows for this is pointing at what monsters you're gonna negate on either your side or your opponent's side. What Gorgon does is Gorgon pops a card that's ahead of it or below it. So that's just something you gotta remember. Don't put anything below Gorgon that you don't want destroyed, and don't put anything around Sergio that you don't want to get negated. But besides that, that's what all the Evil Eye cards do. That's Gold Pride Evil Eye. I fuck with the deck. Let me know any suggestions y'all might have, or anything I might need to change, add, just anything. Let me know, because I'm used the deck now. I've gotten decent with it, but I haven't got like super versed in Gold Pride and what they can do. Maybe I need to throw Gold Pride and some other stuff. But let me know down in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe if you're new, and like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and I'll see y'all next video. Peace.
Little baby, you out, you know you was wrong. You lying, watch your tone. I'm too fine to be so alone. Not my kind, he's a clone. I'ma get money no matter